from the shop?
Cornetto.
Shaun of the Dead is a masterpiece. I say that word all the time, but this time I really mean it. It stars Simon Pegg as Shaun, Nick Frost as Ed, and Edgar Wright as director. And this is one of the greatest horror films, the greatest zombie movies, the greatest British movie. It is a masterpiece. And again, I throw that term out all the time. But when you've got a script this tight, this perfect, the dialogue is iconic, and again, another trope that people have to throw is lightning in a bottle, but this truly is lightning in a bottle. So the crazy thing is, I never got on with Spaced. It's one of my least favourite British comedies. I've tried to watch it so many times. I tried to watch it before the film came out, because I liked Simon Pegg. I tried to watch it after because I thought maybe because I fell in love with Shaun of the Dead, then I would probably enjoy it on a second viewing. Never got into it. But somehow, whatever they've learned on that show, they absolutely nailed it in the film world. So the plot is pretty straightforward. There's a zombie apocalypse. You don't know where this worldwide. It seems like it might be just London, might be just Britain, but he's got to get his girlfriend to safety. And for some stupid reason, he thinks the Winchester pub is the best choice. So they've just recently broken up. One of the main reasons they broke up was because he's drinking too much in the pub. He's a bit of a loser, hanging out with Ed too much because he's even a bigger loser. But he seems to think the pub is the perfect place because he doesn't know anything else. So one of the main reasons this film works so well is Ed and Shaun's friendship. You think that because it's such a British movie, because the dialogue is so British, you think it wouldn't translate very well in America, but the film is huge. So whatever you think is lost in translation, it doesn't matter. Yes, there might be a few things that people don't get, but it doesn't matter. Everybody's got a stupid friend like Ed, or certainly used to. Everyone has got a little bit of Shaun in them, trying to make good, trying to be a better person, trying to get a better job, trying to be a better boyfriend, always failing. It's so relatable, and that's why I think most people love this movie, no matter where you are in the world. So hands down, my favourite scene is the garden scene. Like most people, it's probably one of the best scenes. They think it's a drunk woman in the garden, but it turns out she's a zombie now, because she's not rotten. It's early on in the apocalypse, the outbreak. So they treat her like a drunk person. They start shouting at her. When she comes for Shaun, he shoves her, and then she just stabs herself on like a metal pole or something. They realise she's a zombie. So they start throwing wreckers at her face. Now, this is comedy gold. The way they're taking the time to pick which wrecker to throw. It is absolutely genius. And it's the dialogue, and it's the way they react to this. It's very realistic, it's made for laughs, but you kind of think, yeah, that's how most people react. You're not going to assume straight away it's a zombie. You're not going to assume it's an apocalypse. It's only when they go back in the house, when they watch the news, they realise the shit's hit the fan. So everything up until that point is spot on. So one of the best things about this film is so layered. Every time you watch it, you'll find something new. So a few years ago, I noticed that the zombie woman in the garden appears right at the start. She's working as a shopkeeper on the checkout. And then you've got Ed. Now, this is one I only noticed the other day, after 20 years of watching this film, where Ed always does an impression of Clyde, the big, massive gorilla. All the way through, he's asked to do it, to perform it. When he gets bitten at the end and he's screaming, you realise, oh my God, he's screaming like a gorilla. I didn't notice that before. And at the end, he's just basically like a gorilla playing the video game when he's a zombie in the shed. It's so layered. These things passed me by. I'm either thick or there's just so much stuff to take in, and you miss things. And that's why this is so great for repeat viewing. That's why it stood the test of time. Now, the finale has some of the best moments. You have Don't Stop Me Now, the Queen song when they're hitting the landlord, which is so iconic. And you have the one horror moment, because most of the film is played for laughs. It's not a spoof. It's not like a scary movie or anything like that, but it is played for laughs. But this is when it becomes something else. When Barbara, Shaun's mother, gets bitten and she comes back and she rises from the dead. That moment is proper George Romero, even the music they use. It's very creepy. And when Shaun has to kill his own mother, that's properly heartfelt. It feels quite jarring because none of the film is like that. but you need it. Otherwise, it's just a silly, spoofy zombie movie. Now, David, one of Liz's friends, he comes along for the ride, and he's the guy with glasses. He's clearly in love with Liz, Shaun's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. And he's played as a bit of a dick all the way through, but he's like Rhodes. He's right. The poor guy's totally right. So Shaun should never have gone to the Winchester. He was safer in Liz's flat, much safer, because zombies can't climb drain pipes. He was right about trying to kill Barbara because she's a zombie. And the poor guy runs out, I guess, eaten alive, gets his insides ripped to shreds like he's a villain, very much like Rhodes. So I'm rooting for David. So Shaun of the Dead is part of the Cornetto trilogy, and I would say that Hot Fuzz, the follow-up, it's not a follow-up like a sequel, it's just the next movie they made with all the same actors, same director. I would probably say Hot Fuzz is a slightly better movie, better script, but I'd always pick Shaun of the Dead over Hot Fuzz because I love zombies. Probably the weakest in the three is World's End. It's a good film, but not a patch on the first two. So one of the great things about this movie is it's clearly a massive homage to George Romero. And they got to be zombies in Land of the Dead, which came out a year later. You got Edgar Wright as a zombie, and you got Simon Pegg as a zombie. Can you imagine how good that would be? I mean, even though this is a far better film than Land of the Dead, at the time, they were still up and coming, and that must have been such an honour. So I'm pretty sure everybody who's watched this video has seen Shaun of the Dead. And if you haven't seen it, why? It is one of the greatest zombie movies ever. And it is worth rewatching if you've only seen it once, if you've only seen it twice. You need to keep watching it. It needs to be an annual event. So there you have it. There's my review of Shaun of the Dead. Drop a comment, tell me what you think of it. And if you love zombies, please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.